one of his, arms or his legs. Like this gives me some control, but he can break it at any time just by pulling his hand through, to that weakness area, right? So if I have a 2-on-1, now I cover the weakness of that grip with this grip and, vice versa. Now it's a little harder to get rid of that, but I'm all the way at the end here. It's hard to I need ultimately control of the shoulder, right? We're always trying to control shoulders and hips in jiu-jitsu. That's what gives us control of our opponent, right? So if Angel just stands up, like if I want to try to pull his shoulder down, look how far I have to go to make his shoulder move, right? But if I simply turn this into a wrist elbow control, you see how his shoulder's already moving the moment I attach, right? Because now I'm at the end of the lever for the shoulder, which is the elbow, right? So I'm just right above the elbow. Now I have better control of his shoulder, right? If I bend that elbow and I get a little bit of rotation in here, now I really can move him around, right? So we can play this game. I can go from here to like a scoop grip where now I have complete control of his shoulder with one arm. And then I could go from here to head and arm, right? If I wanted to climb him. That's the hierarchy of control. If I can get a head and arm, that's the best control, I can get as far as a control standpoint, right? It may not lead straight to a submission, but it gives me a lot of control, right? So when he's passing and he's here, if I see the opportunity, why would I not take the head and arm? Right? Now I'm already in. Now I can start playing with different submissions, wherever I want to go with the game. Make sense? Right? So by choosing a better control, it's going to give me an ability to attach to him. Because again, our whole point is we started off the match, I'm sitting, he's standing, trying to pass my guard. For me to do anything, I got to get good attachments to him, right? So I can play this game where I chase him and try to get attachments, but if that's not working, right, then I'm going to play this game and let him come in. Now he gave me attachments, right? Now I can start to play to get to my controls, play to my guard, play to submissions, whatever starts to show up. Does that make sense? So, play with that, with your controls. Again, weakest control, next best control, next best control, next best control, best control. Right? So, if I can shoot straight to the head and arm, fantastic, let's get it. Right now I have all that control. If I can't, maybe this is all I can start with. And I'm playing this game, right? And then I'm looking to get better control, right? Does that make sense? All right, so let's keep playing the same kind of game back and forth. Think about those controls and see where that leads you, right? There's a million paths from here, whether you're playing guard or you're trying to sweep and go to a better position, or you're trying to arm drag and take the back, or you're trying to shoot straight to a submission. I could try to show you them all, but there's a bunch of them. We could spend weeks on just all the options from here. I'd rather you start playing around and discovering what works for you, right? Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. Legs, I'll attach to those, but if I do that, I open the space up, right? So the other play here is when I get to this, is I keep my knees tight and I look to collapse and connect to these elbows, right? I can go one, or I can look for both and start making my way back in, do whatever we can do off of this, right? But the moment he makes this turn and comes to the top, I need to control. Usually we would push, right? But now when I do this, I open the space up and he just drops down, right? So I don't want to go that way, right? So instead I'm going to pull this way, right? And then now once I have this, keep those still, I can spin back in and start back into my attacks, right? I just need to keep his hands still while I move my legs, because if I move my legs now, I'll just stay attached, right? He just stays attached to my legs. But if I do this and I turn, now I detach my legs, right?